Raptgo Bridge, a very interesting IM and a lot of gimmicks going on, but does it sound good? Check it out. Hello guys, it's Jordan from Jordan Key Review. Today we'll be talking about the Raptgo Bridge. It is an IM, cost around $159 US. I bought it myself and I was so surprised. It have a lot of interesting gimmicks. Okay, so first off, talk about gimmicks and stuff that are very interesting. I have a hat, okay, a cap from them. So it was written here Raptgo. Hope you guys can see the logo and everything. It's quite cool. Okay, it's in grey color. Not a person that wear this kind of cap a lot, but yeah, very interesting. Yeah, to come with an IM. So at least nowadays, you can let people know that we have a audio file or audio enthusiast, okay, out there when you see Raptgo. Alright, so and then other than that, okay, I also surprised by the case, okay, the box that they came with. Okay, this is the thing that attracts me to buy this IM. Okay, so to do a review for you guys is the box. All right, can you see the box here? So this box looks like a Japanese bento. Okay, so it opens easily, all right, like this, and this has a glass cover. I think it's glass or a very good plastic. I'm not very sure, but it does attract fingerprint a lot. And inside the case we have different compartments, okay, for the ear tips, the IM, and a place for you to store your IM in case you have other IMs which is in metal, okay, that you wish to put here in case they all clash together. And also we have this thing over here. This is the filter. You can change, okay, there are two of them here. One is a high frequency, another one is, you call it equilibrium. Okay, so basically just mean that it's balanced. They also come with this, which is your SIM card pin. Another interesting thing is that this plate that holds their filter, it comes with magnet. Okay, so just very cool. Okay, you can just snap it back in there. Okay, it will just snap it back in. Okay, because it's magnetic. Okay, so very cool case. Everything, accessory, and the tips here are cool as well. You got different placement of tips. Okay, what I will do is I will take out everything and I will put in my favorite accessories. Okay, too bad the dongle cannot fit in here, but the tips here are good. Okay, so I can put in different tips that I want. I think the size of the holder is the same for all of them, so you can put in any ear tips that you like. Okay, you can keep like how many sets we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 sets of ear tips over here. So you can put, if you even have 6 collections of ear tip, like the spiral dots, Type E, the Asla, Setna. So a lot of them, 6 of them, put it here. Okay, your IM here. So a box, and last but not least, the base of the case here is in leather. Okay, fake leather. So it's quite nice. Okay, just in conclusion, the case is quite nice. Okay, one of the biggest reason why I was interested in this IM because of the case. Next is that the IM, actually the design of the case suits, actually it's the same with the IM. Okay, the IM faceplate just look like this. Okay, the shape is like this, and the IM itself, the IM, I would say it's quite small. Okay, it's quite small. The cable is it doesn't tangle too much, and it's not braided. Okay, it's not braided, but I think no complaint as well. Okay, this cable, I'm fine with this cable. Yeah, it's a little bit rubbery, but I'm okay. Okay, I'm okay. Ear tips are all right. I think these are ear tips that we have gotten if you get the hook X. Okay, and let's go back to this IM. This IM, why I say is interesting. Okay, because except the filters that they have given, we have here 2 switches as usual. A lot of switches IM going on nowadays, okay, all IEM are with switches, and the setup as well, okay, DD, 2 DD especially. So now planar is a history now. 2 DD is the trend. So a lot of IEM with 2 DD, 2 BA, and this come with piezo. Okay, piezo. Something that we haven't seen in a very long time. So piezo, yeah. So the last time it was, remember, is from the Hook X. So piezo here, and they have new technology. Like I said earlier in the video, they have new technology going on. And I think this is also open back, semi-open back. They have mesh on the front and mesh at the back of the IEM. So does it help? Okay, the mesh here, I would say, felt like I saw this somewhere. Maybe the IEM, like, what was the brand again? Fur Audio. Yeah, Fur Audio have this mesh as well. Maybe some Unique Melody. So I forgot, but this mesh is very familiar to me. Okay, to me. So check it out. But I don't think it does a lot of sound-wise. It does a lot of things. So this IEM is quite small, suitable for girls even. Okay, so no worries, guys with smaller ears. I have medium small, but I'm okay with this. It's quite comfortable. Okay, it does not have the ergonomic shape, but still very standard, very easy to wear with, and quite comfortable. Okay, and we don't have an ear hook as well. Okay, don't have an ear hook, so this is flexible. So maybe a thing for you guys or not, but I'm okay with this. Okay, I'm okay with this. Just very simple. Okay, so let's get to the sound. Okay, the sound of this, I would say it is a little bit analytical to me. Yeah, so we have a lot of warm IEM going on. Okay, warm IEM, mostly warm IEM. Yeah, there are a lot of warm IEM going on. So like 80% of the IEM in the market are warm, I guess, more or less, or neutral. This is, I would say, more towards analytical kind. It's not warm. Definitely not warm. Okay, this is almost to me cold sounding. So it is not warm. And I don't do a lot of cold sounding IEM review in my channel. So this is one of the first one, or one of the first few IEM. And I would say overall signature, except an analytical, I would say is very clean sounding. Okay, very clean sounding. It's almost like a planar, but without the speed of the planar. Alright, get what I mean? So detail wise, everything sounded very crisp. Okay, very clean. And bass, it's not 2 DD. Okay, although it's 2 DD, but it doesn't sound very bassy. It doesn't sound 2 DD to me though. So I would say bass is just alright. I find it lacking a little bit, lacking the mid bass. Okay, so sub bass is alright because of how clean this IEM is. Okay, it's very clean sounding. Everything just open up very openly and very clean. Hence, bass is very clear. Okay, clear, but then it doesn't give you that kind of impact. Okay, that air movement, not as much. Okay, a little bit disappointing because 2DD, well, you disappointed the name of 2DD, and I myself personally like a little bit of warm. Okay, for that musical enjoyment, right? Then I would say, other than that, instrument come best on this IEM. Why? Because everything is so clean and clear sounding. So you can hear electrical guitars. Okay, all the nuances, all the micro details. Okay, you can hear every bit of that. Okay, plucking, even cymbals. Okay, so everything, especially instruments, is super good on this. I would say really good. Okay, except drums, maybe you need a little bit more kick. Okay, a little bit more impact. But I would say other than that, especially electronic guitars and guitars do very well on this IEM. So let's go to the vocal. Vocal on this is not forward. okay, it's not forward. I personally, very subjective, very biased, I like forward vocal, but this is not forward, okay, this is not forward. This is just, I would say, it's not too laid back as well, it's just normal, okay, average, okay, the placement of vocal is average, but at the same thing again, I have to repeat myself because of how clean, okay, and how clear it is, okay, so you can hear a lot of details, okay, in vocal, maybe when they are breathing, okay, the sound that they make, like the saliva sound, so a lot of that, okay, a lot of that detail you can get it from. So, and then also is it the widest sounding IM? I will say no. The switches, okay, the switches, I have no idea, okay, what the switches do, okay, it doesn't change the sound a lot, okay, it doesn't change the sound a lot. I have to really listen, okay, I really have to pay attention to the small little subtle changes to the switches, okay. So I did the graph, okay, maybe I will put a screenshot here to show you all the graph that I've measured, okay. There are no significant difference, okay, in between the switches, okay, be it off, everything on, one off, okay. There are 4 different tuning because there are 2 switches here. I tried all of them but don't see a very big difference, okay. But after I pay attention to it, I find that number 2, okay, they are indicated over here 1 and 2, okay, 1 and 2. So number 2, the number 2, I think, all right, I think graph wise it doesn't show, okay, it doesn't show, but number 2, I felt that it gives a little bit more fullness, okay, to the sound, and the bass maybe is a little bit enhanced, okay, on number 2 as well, because maybe because the fullness of the IEM, the fullness of sound on the IEM, the bass sounded a little bit thicker, okay. Before that it was a little bit thin overall. So the switches number 2 give it a little bit of meat, okay. And number one is a very interesting switch, okay. After you turn it on, okay, same thing again in the graph, it indicate nothing in difference, okay. Maybe my graph, I just don't know how to measure yet, maybe I'm not so mature in measuring all this. Check out maybe HBB graph, maybe he have a better one, but my one, number 1, also doesn't do anything much on graph wise, but I think that this has improved technicalities, okay, detail wise. Number 1, after I turn it on, okay, there are things from songs that I never noticed before, okay, some instruments, some micro little things, okay, that going on in the background, okay, which I was not aware of previously. To start off, most of my collection are not very detailed sounding, so number 1 is quite nice, okay, quite nice to have if you like detail, okay, if you like detail, give me the sense of remind me something like the Dioko, okay, so very analytical, okay, but still for music, I would say just pure music enjoyment, okay, I would just give it to the number 1 switch off without your detail, because I think if you turn on number 1, it might be a little bit spicy for some of you, okay, those who are sensitive. And number 2, more meat, thicker, okay, because piezo driver are known to be a little bit thin, okay. This is what, at least this is what people thought, this is what I thought. So number 2, if you have a little bit meat to the sound and a bit thickness, this IM will sound a little bit more balanced in overall. So, and then other things like sound staging is no, not quite, because even with the switch number 1 is on, it's still not very good, okay. Everything, it is open back, okay, it's open back, is a lot of vents going on here from the back, from the front, from the back, supposed to sound very wide, okay, what I was expected it to be, like the Hook X, but it doesn't. Okay, it's not. It's just around here. Okay, is it $159 kind of soundstage? I would say no. I think it's slightly a little bit fall behind than the price point that it had. So at the end of the day, conclusion, okay, or maybe should I do some comparison? Maybe I shouldn't, because this just sounds so different with the rest. Okay, for example, the KV-ear quartet, okay, the 2DD 2BA. So do that one is a little bit, of course, thicker. Okay, have more bass. That one is quite bassy actually, more bass, and the vocals stand out quite a lot. Detail wise, it is quite good as well, not as good as this, and I would say separation on the KV-ears is also better, okay, at $109. And maybe comparison to maybe the legato, of course, sub bass again win this IEM by a lot, because the sub bass, the rumbles over there on the legato is just so satisfying and give you that kind of warmth that have that old school velvety feeling to it. And this IEM just to me is too clinical, a little bit too cold, okay, a bit cold sounding, and a little bit thin, okay, a little bit thin, which I think maybe if you guys believe in cable, swap up the cable, turn on the switch number 2, change the tips, and what else? Burn in, okay, mythical terms in the audiophile community, burn it in, okay, like they say, but I don't really believe in that too much, okay, too much. But try that, okay, try all those. But you guys who like technical set, okay, or you guys who like to know how a good piezo implementation is, this is an IEM to try for, okay. So because this hobby is purely preference, you are tired of all those warm IEM out there, try this out, okay, try this out. Is this better than some of the $150 planar IEM? Except the speediness of the planar driver bass, okay, I think this can compete with a lot of them. Like for example S12, that is so shouty to me, okay, very shouty to me actually. So a bit sharp, okay. This does not do that, but this has the detail retrieval and the technicalities of the S12, okay, unless you like the bass on the S12. So that's all for the video today. Get this if you like the cap, the box, or if you like something technical. Yeah, so that's all for the video today. We shall see you guys next week. So like and subscribe right now. Bye bye.